All right, so figured I'd show y'all a little bit of the backyard since I showed you the thing I've got in the garage growing the fruit, right? So this is a little Satsuma orange tree that we planted here about a year ago. When we bought it, it already had fruit on it. But this last winter, we had a little cold spike, and we had to trim a lot of the. Well, actually, you can see there's still a limb here that's probably needs to be trimmed off. But I would have expected it to have fruit on it, but I guess maybe not this year, just because of that cold spell. But what I am noticing is that where things were trimmed, and we've got some new little branches growing on it. So maybe next year we'll see something on this one. So over here, this is the fruit cocktail tree. I honestly thought, well, I guess let me tell you a little bit about it first. So if you look down here, it might be a little hard to see, but you've got the root structure here, which I believe is an apricot tree, and then we've got peach and plum. I'm not sure whether orange is peach or blue, but one of those is peach and one of them's plum. So the apricot part of the tree, which is this middle part here, which has the leaves shaped like this, started growing in first. And as you can see, we've already got an apricot here. There was another one, but it fell off in a storm. But the cold spell that we had last year, I don't know if it just either like tricked the tree or damaged it or what, but the apricot part of the tree started growing really early, really fast. You can see, like, this was an existing branch, but you can see that this different color, like it started growing new branches, I guess. And like, especially here, I mean, look how tall this one is. This is huge, but like it ended here, but then it started just growing a whole new branch. So it's, the main part of the tree, the apricot, is alive and well, but this side didn't start coming in until about a month ago. I mean, I thought it was dead. I mean, all these limbs were just nothing. But it came in, late. Then over here, the orange section, it just started coming in a couple weeks ago, and I'm not sure if it's struggling or if it's just a late bloomer, but I'm sure there's a lot of trimming I'm going to have to do, because this whole, basically from like here up on these branches, nothing's really growing. So it might have gotten hit pretty hard, but there's life, there's certainly some life to it, but it's just it's struggling. But we're gonna see what happens. This tree, it's not even really a tree anymore. This was a lime tree, and it did not make it. So rather than just pulling it up, and we may have to eventually, but rather than just pulling it up, we decided to just cut it down. And because it has new limbs kind of growing off of the lower part of the trunk there. Maybe it'll turn into a lime bush. We'll see. Hopefully it'll make it. This over here is a bit of a mess right now, but I can tell you that back here in the back, those plants, they're radishes, And you can kind of get down in there and you can see that there are some that are probably ready to pick. The weird thing about these radishes and how they grew is like it's like a spider web almost. Like it just started, growing up in all different directions. And they took a long time to grow. So much so that, this is the top of one of the plants, and it's just sprouting flowers. I mean, look at that. Look how tall they are. So I need to go through there and probably pick the ones that are ready. But I've also got onions, and I would regularly come out here and just peel some of this off and eat it. It's like a chive. But those onions are probably ready. They're about the size of a quarter. That's about as big as they were getting. Then over here, just got more radishes in there. Those were planted more recently. But, there's some in there that might be getting close to ready. Again, this stuff in here doesn't really get bigger than about a quarter. But yeah, this thing's a little bit of a mess. Needs to get cleaned up. But it's producing. Look at this onion right here. Look how tall it got, and it's got flowers growing on it. So, who knows? Maybe down. This one's planted a little bit deeper, so maybe there's a good size onion down in there. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that's it. That's that's what we got going on.